I heard you say you heard something in the basement, so do we.
I have never screamed help at the top of my lungs.
I definitely heard something moving.
You're out of your mind. If you're here, please make yourself known.
Is somebody here right now?
Hello, and welcome to yet again another episode of Beyond the Chatter. I'm Adam, joined by
Tommy Waters.
I'm Luke.
And I'm Jack.
And so last episode, we took you to the Guggenheim Memorial Library at the Monmouth University. This week, we're taking you to our investigation at the Gabreil Daveis Tavern in Glendora, New Jersey.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Bit never gets old.
And while Tommy's going crazy over there, I believe because he's so antsy to tell us about the history of this place and give us a little background of where we went to investigate.
Oh, that's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Gabreil Daveis Tavern, which, by the way, I think we can all agree here, a really dumb way to spell Gabriel.
Wait, yeah. How did they spell it?
So
Gabriel and Davis are both kind of like, it's like the I went before the E where it shouldn't have or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
also known as the Hillman Hospital House, the Gabreil Daveis Tavern is a historic building in Glendora, New Jersey. The house was originally constructed in 1756 during the Revolutionary War. It became a housing for boatmen transporting goods up and down the nearby Big Timber Creek. The building saw many owners over the years and has transformed from hospital to tavern to town hall to residence. The most recent owner, William Bill Shook, was buried on the property after his death in 1976.
Going on to our investigation at the Gabreil Daveis Tavern, we arrived around 7 o'clock, 7:30, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And we were met by two of the members of the Historical Society. They were going to be in the building for the entire night that we were there from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. was our investigation time. So when we got there, they gave us a tour of the house, told us some of the background, some of the history that Tommy had just shared with you. And after that, then we got the investigation going.
What did you think of this place overall?
It was a cool place.
Yeah.
I would say cozy is a good word to describe it. I found it really cozy.
You get the tours of the most places that we go to, but I feel like this one was specifically informative. It was one of those things that the caretakers of this place genuinely wanted to know a lot about this place and wanted to share it.
It's nice to see when these individuals care as much as we do about it here, if not more so on that. Plus, this was also similar to the Strauss Mansion. It was in the middle of a neighborhood, too.
Mhm.
In fact, at one point in our evening, there was a bunch of kids riding nearby, screaming at the top of their lungs. We were inside the building at one point, and there was just a car sitting out front, which is some wayward teens. Maybe it's a makeout point, like let's go to the
Yeah,
Gabriel.
there was a lot of different people that showed up that night. Huh?
There
They
was.
got the screaming teens. You got the car that showed up. The police officer showed up too.
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah,
that? The
that's
cop rolled up.
Oh,
The member of the Historical Society, she went outside and apparently he was very suspicious that they didn't get the memo that there was supposed to be people doing an investigation there.
It seems like there was a lot of rebel rousers in the area that evening.
Our investigation was off the books, it seems.
I mean, we do have the clip of the rebel rousers.
Oh, that's true.
We were going to bring that up later, but since we're already talking about it,
Let's roll right into it.
why not
I didn't
roll
mean-
it? We could just roll it now.
I didn't mean to bring that up too soon. I don't want to prematurely, but it's just
Breaking the flow. It's fine. We're doing
Quite
this
frankly,
fine.
I don't
Fine,
see.
Let me just redo everything.
I
over
don't
here.
see the evidence until this day here. All right, this part of the gimmick of this show is Luke and I don't know what we got until here. So you get our raw, uncut, visceral reactions
Yeah,
here.
those were specific choice words.
So this is, we're outside and we hear some strange yelling. That's Luke, Adam, Tommy, and Jack. Can you repeat one of those names back to us?
It's people actually yelling at me.
Yeah. That's fun.
Very creepy.
What made this so is like it's not just like some kids like screaming. He's screaming help
Mhm.
multiple times. So
And you're listening through the recorder.
Oh my
So
God,
that
it's-
must have been amplified a lot for you. when
But
your
you see me like it's the first yelp. Like I perk up there and I'm like, oh boy, because it was like regardless of what it was, like if this person was actually in danger, that's not good. That's not
Yeah.
cool here. So
Mhm.
No, we did go inside and tell the people who work there what we heard, just to kind of convey it. But Adam and I looked into this after the fact and didn't find any news articles or any reportings of anything in the area that was really serious. So hopefully, if the person did need help, they got it.
Or if it's just some
I think it's just some
stupid
crazy
kid.
kids.
Yeah.
Could be that too.
That's how they act these days, right? Those damn kids.
We act like Tommy still doesn't act the.
Wait
that
a
way.
minute. Hold on. I have
Cut
never.
back to 10 minutes ago.
I have never screamed help at the top of my lungs
Okay.
recently. let's keep rolling.
Let's go to the
evidence.
Let's go to the
here.
investigation. So we started the investigation on the first floor, and this is where we actually got our first piece of evidence that we did not know at the time because there was an unexplained sound that came through loudest on. We had a camera rolling the whole night on the second floor, and you can hear it on that camera the loudest, but it also was captured where we were standing as well. So we'll take a look at this.
Real quick, before we get to that evidence, let's just give a quick layout of the place. So the tavern has 2 floors plus a basement. The first floor has a very inviting dining room, living room area, and old-timey office space. The second floor contains a few bedrooms belonging to several owners, including Captain Warwick's and Bill Shuck. The basement is super creepy and definitely doesn't pass the cozy vibe check, but the outside courtyard was really nice and also contained the gravesite for Bill. Are we ready to see our first evidence?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's
rock and roll.
give it a go.
Let's
Rock and
jump
roll
into
here.
it.
Interesting.
So this is from the camera on the second floor,
So-
and we could also pull up the one
I was
from the
because
first
someone's
floor.
going to need to explain what I was looking for there.
You were listening.
I was listening. Well, that was my problem.
You didn't.
Did you not hear anything?
I-
Did you miss that?
I don't know. I heard like a beep and a little scuttle.
All right, let's roll it again. We captured an unexplained noise.
Mm.
It was the loudest on our second floor camera.
Yeah.
We also heard it on the first floor where we were filming. It just was not as loud.
Okay.
So
Okay, I'm fine.
We can pull up that clip and show you what it sounds like where we were standing.
I got it. All right, so what do you want to start with?
I know it's a joke at this point that Jack said the house settling and creaking, but that is my first gut reaction is like, this is a house and it creaks
I
sometimes.
have to disagree with you on that one. It sounds a lot more like something fell.
Yeah, you
And
I almost feel like a glass kind of
Yeah.
tone to it.
Can
if
we
you go
pull-
back to the first one.
We can go to the first one. I also have one more angle if you want to hear that.
oh,
So you want to
yeah.
hear the
Was
first one?
Third
Or,
surprise.
Let's do see the last one.
last one?
What's the last
Okay.
one again? Remind me.
so it's the night vision camera. So here, if you look at this angle, you see Adam and Tommy from my phone. Now you're going to see it from Luke holding the night vision
So
camera.
what audio is this right here that we just heard?
My phone.
Okay.
And now you're going to hear the night vision audio.
I got it. All right, so what do you want to start with?
I don't know. The more I listen to this, the more I'm like, yeah, it is weird that the sound is louder on the camera in the second floor, but it just sounds like we're shuffling around.
It sounds like a clap to me.
Everything sounds like a clap to you.
Well, it sounds like a clap. We're clapping a lot. I don't know.
Clearly from the video, none of us made that sound.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could have been the 2 members of the committee that were in the other room, but that's the only explanation that it could be. I don't think it was them. Like I said, we didn't acknowledge it.
What else we got?
Let's move on to the
Yeah,
next
okay.
piece of evidence.
So this was, I believe, a little shortly after this. If Luke remembers, you thought you heard something come from the basement.
Maybe I'd have to replay the clip.
We were walking past the basement, like the opening or whatever, and you thought you heard a sound. And then we were about to go upstairs to investigate as well. And the 2 committee members also said they heard something come from the basement. And they went to go see what it was.
I
So,
do vaguely remember.
yeah, we
this
should do
now.
a video of that moment.
And by the way, I heard you say you heard something in the basement, so did we.
Oh, yeah?
I don't
No,
know
we
when I
did
said
too.
it though,
Yeah.
or because again, I didn't know where he went.
I took the flashlight and put it down the
We shined
steps.
it down the
Oh,
steps.
really?
That's the thing. I didn't know where he went, so I swear it sounded like he was just
Yeah.
downstairs.
It was like a metallic clanking sound.
It was a,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
it was.
There's no video of the sound, right?
Well,
There's-
we have a video of you looking in the basement.
Oh,
Whether we can hear
We don't
the
pick,
sound or
I
not.
didn't hear anything
let's
myself,
take a
but
Yeah.
we'll take a listen.
Did he go down there?
Wait, what?
Did he go down there?
I don't think so.
Is anyone down there right now?
No,
I definitely heard something moving.
you're out of your mind.
No, okay. Now that I'm watching this the second time, I was a little confused what we were talking about. No, we were walking just to the next room, and I swear I never say this, but it legitimately, you can hear how confused I was. I legitimately thought someone, the man from the committee, had walked down there just to prep for us or something like that. It was that convincing. He describes it as like a metallic sound. I kind of felt like it was more of like someone was walking like down the steps, or like I don't know if you can see down there. It's like a dirt ground in a way. So it I felt like it was someone walking. You know, I'm passing this staircase, and then all of a sudden, you just felt like someone was to your left. I don't know why we're sitting here laughing.
Why are you giggling?
Did I sniff into the mic? Is that what you're
I don't know
laughing at?
what, you made a weird. I just heard like. That's what it sounded like to me.
I didn't hear anything. What are you talking about?
I also didn't hear anything.
I don't know what.
Maybe Adam did it.
But all right, I mean, listen, we want to try to listen for one more time. A lot of us are walking.
I wonder if you heard your own footsteps or the floor creak
It
from
wasn't
one of
even-
us walking. I don't know.
It felt way to my left, though, was the thing. Like, it felt like it was coming from the basement, which is why I thought someone was down there.
Did he go down there?
Wait, what?
Did he go down there?
I don't think so.
Is anyone down there right now?
No.
I definitely heard something moving.
You're out of your mind.
I think the most interesting thing out of that one is how quickly I dismissed you hearing that. Just absolutely like you're out of your mind. Just like that's impossible.
But if you heard it,
that's
Okay.
different though, because I know I don't because I don't make stuff up here.
Swear on my life, clear as
I
day.
hate this stupid bit here.
But to Tommy's point, it is funny that we didn't go, ooh, let's go down there and investigate. We were on a mission.
so you said we were on a mission. We were to go upstairs. Was where we were headed after that.
Okay.
And we did hear something upstairs. So in this clip, we do hear a voice or some sort of weird sound. I described it as come through while Luke is talking. So listen to while he's talking.
It's always
here.
while I'm talking.
Joseph, if you're here, please make yourself known.
No, that was me actually. Will we be using a spirit box soon? So if you'd prefer to communicate through that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
at the very
It was the end, right?
Yeah,
It was
right
at
at
the
the end
very
there.
end. Yeah.
All I heard was kind of like an oh.
Yeah,
Like it was
like
it was a
a-
man's voice and
Mhm.
like a groan.
Will we be using a spirit box soon? So if you'd prefer to communicate through that.
Almost sounds
Now,
like hello.
What audio was this on?
This was the night vision audio.
Do we have other?
We do have other audio
Okay.
if you'd like to hear it. I think it was
Yeah.
best on the
Yeah,
night
this
vision.
was that was the one that caught it best, but you can faintly hear it. I think on the other ones.
Will we be using a spirit box soon? So if you'd prefer to communicate through that.
I think the first time I heard it, I described it to myself as like a gag or something.
Mm.
And then on the other audio, it's almost just like a whisper.
Can you play like this one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is this like the one that's like a gag?
No, this is the one. This is more like a whisper to me.
Will we be using a spirit box soon? So if you'd prefer to communicate through that.
After we were upstairs, we went down into the basement to try and communicate with some of the spirits that may be down there. I will point out the entire night that we were here, the EMF detector did not go off at all.
Mhm.
We were holding it the whole night. It never got triggered except for this one time when we were sitting in the basement.
Is somebody here right now?
There was the thing in the doorway, right? That was
That's the REM pod.
yeah, the REM pod was back.
And then we also have the other EMF detector, looks like on the ground.
Yeah, I think that's where.
So I'm holding that. And I mean, I didn't move my hand at all while we were filming this.
Mhm.
So it just randomly started triggering for about 5 seconds and then it went off.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about this device a couple times on the show and everything. And while I do feel like there's technology based around it, it's one of those things where okay, the thing beeped a couple times. What else there's there to it? You know, is this the way I look at it at least? But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a device that has everyday use to see, where is there electromagnetic
That's true.
energy in your house? Is there too much of it? And so it's an everyday use item, but
It's because this wasn't prompted, right? We didn't ask the question or anything like that beforehand.
not that I'm aware of. I mean, we were down there, so I'm certain we were asking for communication. I don't know, Jack, you don't remember that, do you?
I think we most likely were just sitting in silence.
One thing that we were pointed out by the people of the house was their very own mascot of Flat Fred, which is this ancient mummified small bat that had been flattened underneath the house.
I think we have a picture of it too.
I was gonna say someone took a picture.
Should have took him home.
You can't remove
They
them
would
from
never let us.
If I remove, they would probably know, because if I took it, then all of a sudden, like, where'd the bat go? I'd be like, I don't know. So I have this weird bat-shaped thing in my cheek.
So after this, we went up to the second floor, and this is when one of the committee members had offered to come up with us and do a little investigation with us, where she would read some letters that I believe it was Gabreil, right?
These letters here were written by Elizabeth Warwick. Again, as I said, the Warwick family is one of the original owners. She would write letters to Uncle Bill. One instance I do remember, though, how I believe, I forget who sent it where. Either Elizabeth sent it to Joe, was like the box of like yams or sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time it got to him, they were all like rotten and bad,
Right.
and yet he still ate them.
While she was reading the letters, we did a spirit box session, thinking if she's reading the letter, maybe that can trigger one of the spirits of the letters or somebody that received the letter to come through and communicate with us. So there were a couple of things that came through that may be something.
Before it reached me, I suppose, and
What do you think it said? I got it? That's what I did.
I think I even remember when we were all sitting here saying that I got it. It was very fragmented, quick, and not to immediately put the damper on it, but to me, that's usually indicative of a radio. Now, I don't know if anyone else had similar thoughts.
Now, you're pretty good on how you catch radio. Like, you'll listen to it. Like, it's about every 60 seconds.
Yeah, so whenever we get something like this, a word come through, 30 seconds is to do a full sweep. Let's say you started at 95 FM. It'll take 30 seconds to get back to 95. So I listen 30 seconds later, 30 seconds beforehand. I keep listening to see, are we picking up a radio station at that time? In this case, it didn't appear that we were. Doesn't mean that we weren't. Again, radio changes, the voices change. So
It's so short. I still think it was probably just radio.
Yeah.
there is one more spirit box thing during this session. It's about a minute later after we captured the first response. We got something else that we could talk about.
I heard you also got a sweet potato. Is that true? Apples. That's why I just heard.
Yeah, I heard and apples.
Yeah, I mean that seems to me pretty clear. That says an apple. I hear an apple. Like we're saying, oh, we heard you got sweet potatoes, and it's almost like the spirit's jumping in and saying, actually, I got an apple.
Yeah. I feel like I hear and apples, so it's more like, oh, you got sweet potato and apples. Like it was like they're jumping in to finish the sentence.
That would make sense, yeah.
But that's just what I hear.
Want to play one more time?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it.
I heard you also got a sweet potato. Is that true? Apples.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I could hear that.
Yeah. Again, this voice feels less radio-y to me. I know that's really subjective, but
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can clearly hear we are getting a lot of radio interference here
Yeah.
just from the location. I'm inclined to agree with Jack a little bit. I'm a little more skeptical about the spirit box.
I mean, I'm always skeptical of it too.
Mhm.
In terms of what we've got, in terms of what
Yeah.
we've heard. I mean, we probably rolled the spirit box several times that night for a good, collectively, maybe 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's only these two little clips of things that I thought deemed notable.
You know, I don't even hate the spirit box that much. I actually find like whenever we're doing investigations that I ask to do the spirit box pretty
You
significant.
do ask a lot, actually.
I do.
I feel like every place we go to looks like, they got that spirit
yeah,
box.
no, there's something about it that it feels, at least for me, more tangible, which it could just be me grasping for things. But like to your point, there's at least some, I'm going to call them safeguards where you can put in place the idea of, is it on a radio frequency cycle?
This is one of those instances where a voice came through that seemed like it could have been a response to us. And then I listened and it didn't seem like we were picking up a radio station at that time.
Yeah. And I don't know. That's kind of at the end of the day, all I'm saying is why I tend to like it, just because it feels like the beck and call, you know, a little portal to communicate. But
Yeah.
that's just my take.
Yeah, so we didn't get anything else.
Shame.
No, we ended the night by hearing that the
screaming,
voices
yeah,
from
that's
a while
right.
ago, yelling help or whatever they were yelling.
Thank you all for watching yet another episode of Beyond the Chatter. We hope you enjoyed that episode because we do have one more for season 1 coming to you next week.
Woo!
This is probably our most exciting investigation that we did, where we traveled to Rhode Island to investigate the grounds of the Conjuring House.
We did?
The finale.
The ghosts have wiped his memory.
I don't remember this. But what I did remember is to like, comment, and subscribe here
Hey.
if you enjoyed the episode. We appreciate any and all support. And of course, the more likes we get, the more times we can chain Jack to a tree in the middle of the woods
Yes.
in season 2.
If this video gets 100 likes, Jack will be alone in a room for 20 minutes.
No. Did I agree to this?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, you signed the contract.
you did.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's in the media release.
Well, it's been fun. I quit.
All right. Bye-bye.